speaking of breaking the two-party system, we're making this a tradition every single Friday to talk about third parties. And our good friend John is going to be leading the way. So what's going on in regards to, I guess, the Green Party? Let's hear about it.
Okay, we're going to the Green Party. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I got to pull up the platform real fast. So before I open up with that whole thing, I wanted to bring up we talked about the Teamsters managing to get about, I think it's like $200,000 in PPE through organizing. They managed to get the company that they were working for to pay for about $200,000 worth of PPE, sanitizer, and cleaning things in a situation where some of the locations they worked at didn't even have sinks. And through organization, they were very effective. I'm going to link right now in the live stream chat a link to a GoFundMe. If you guys want to help them organize for more activism, more strikes in different areas, and help their organizing needs, go ahead and click this link. And if you can give something, go ahead and give it. Right now, Teamsters organizing and stuff like that, it's really important to what's coming up with all these rent strikes, these general strikes, and the third party movement. If that's something you support, unions are going to be big. Unions are going to be important to get like the AFL-CIO on your side. You're going to need to organize. And
That would be a nice coup if we were able to pull those people to third party.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the AFL-CIO, like I said, since 2017, has been looking to get involved with third parties. They said it on their main website, so it's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, click that link to the GoFundMe if you have $1 or $2 to donate. Donate, help them organize, help them really stick to the corporations and make them do their job and take care of their workers. It's not a hard thing to think about. All right, moving on to the Green Party. What I wanted to talk about essentially was just, let's talk a little bit about the Green Party platform. And you guys can go ahead and stop me if you hear something that you actually want to go deeper into. They have, 10, they say on their PDF you can download from their website. Our 10 key values: grassroots democracy, social justice and equality, opportunity, ecological wisdom, nonviolence, decentralization, community-based economics, feminism and gender equity, respect for diversity, personal and global responsibility, future focus, and sustainability. They go into there's this PDF is pretty big, but they go into a lot of detail on it. But some of the things that the Green Party does support is a Green New Deal. They go further than Bernie Sanders and AOC's Green New Deal. They take it a lot further. Housing projects, again, their plan is a lot more expansive. When I was listening to Howie Hawkins, and we'll talk about him in a second, when I was listening to the Howie Hawkins platform, he was saying something like, I think he was calling for like $60 billion a year for 10 years to start building new housing and start building, new affordable housing and better housing, green technology, and also refurbishing old houses, like refurbishing, making green, support green energy, and through these measures, get us to a carbon neutral timeline. So, those are some of the things he talks about. The Green Party also, they do a lot of election reform. They are, part of, they support ranked choice voting. I think they call it individual, it's IRV, and ranked choice voting. It's ranked choice voting. But they also call for, what I thought was interesting was a NOTA vote, which was a binding vote, a none of the above. And so you could actually vote, if during ranked choice voting you weren't happy with any of the three candidates that were running for office, you could effectively cast a vote and have a percentage shown of none of the above, which still it encourages voter turnout, it encourages voter involvement. I thought those things were really, really interesting. They're absolutely, they have a huge platform on money out of politics, and things like that. And this, it's really interesting stuff. If you want to go and look at it yourself, like I said, it's a volume to read, but every bullet point has great literature and easy to read. It's not hard reading on every one of their platform policies and where they stand.
So
Right.
again, this is the Green Party again. I always like their platform. They always have a good platform. And now I might have some disagreements in certain things, but I have far fewer disagreements with the Green Party to basically the platform of any other party in America. Let's say that has more than 10,000 members. I'm not sure. Maybe something that the socialists do would please me a little bit more. But the Greens, it's very good. Again, the thing with the Greens is they still need to get to 5%. And we've been talking before yesterday about people that can be joining them. And now we have basically, they're working in their primary right now. I'm just interested because I feel like the Green Party succeeding, getting off the ground, it's going to be sort of something outside their control that's going to lead to people voting for them. It's going to have to be like, if we're going to move away from the Democratic Party, we have to move away from the Democratic Party. And that means people are going to have to start moving away from the Democratic Party. It's not, I don't think there's going to be a big wave of people actively deciding to vote for the Greens. Now, I could be wrong. But we are in an election that is turning in such a way where both parties are so feckless that,
All right, so here's my initial thought on the platform. I like the idea. Remember, don't forget who came up with the Green New Deal policy in the first place. It wasn't AOC or the Democrats. It was the Green Party and Dr. Jill Stein.
That's exactly, I was going to bring up that point. I'm glad you got it.
Right. Because all right. Well, but here's the thing. Right now, for the Green Party, if they are truly going to be the alternative party, especially for progressives, because again, as much as I would like to see DSA or Socialist Alternative become political parties, they're political organizations. And that's that. There's a clear difference between a party and a political organization. Don't want to get sidetracked. But my issue with the Green Party is I agree with their platforms. I agree with what they're doing. And as a third party, I believe in a parliamentary system. That's including libertarians. And yes, we should have a parliamentary system. But my issue with the Greens is that they're going to, if they're really going to take off, and let's say in a hypothetical scenario, Jesse Ventura was to get into the Green Party race and maybe raise up some momentum and more people are following him, right? I mean, people follow celebrities. I mean, that's just how it is. The Green Party is going to have to adapt and change and acknowledge that they can't still hold on to their antiquated system, because if you're going to reach out to young progressives, non-voters, independents, in regards to building a coalition, you're going to have to be very flexible in bringing a lot of these people in and changing some things so that you can actually get off the ground. Because remember, there's a whole system put in place to deny third parties at the state level, at the federal level, from being on the ballot, from being on the debate stage. And the Green Party is going to have to be very aggressive, but they're also going to be very open to bringing people in, especially volunteers from maybe, I don't know, Bernie Sanders campaign, progressives, or organizers that have a brand new idea of how to really get things off the ground. The Green Party has what it takes. It's just organization and leadership is going to have to embrace that change, and it's going to really require a charismatic leader that's going to do it. Now, Dr. Jill Stein, she's not in the race, but I think maybe Ventura could do it. But again, he's only doing an exploratory campaign. He hasn't made any real official announcement yet. But, we're all on standby, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, again, that's a big thing. So, like, one thing that always stuck with me was, again, when we first started Hard Lens, we did a lot of coverage of the third parties, more than I think everyone else in the city did.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that again, it's the weirdest thing. It's like with the Democrats, I hate their policy, but I know that they know how to win when they decide that they want to. With the Greens, I love their policy, but I'm not convinced that they know how to win. And part of the thing that Kit brought up with that is when we were at one specific meeting that we were filming for them, was that they are so terrified of changing anything to allow more people in there that have similar views, but views that are outside their own. It seems like they're terrified of being taken over, which is a fear, but it's like, if you're not going to accomplish anything, is it really a fear to have? Yeah. I think that they're going to have to pull in a lot of new leadership that's not used to the party. They're going to have to change what the Green Party is, because if they maintain what the Green Party is now and what it has been in the past, it's not going to have a wider appeal. Yeah.
So I wanted to, like what you guys are saying, it segues perfectly into what I was about to say about Howie Hawkins and this whole bringing new blood into the Green Party and how they're oblivious to it because Howie Hawkins went on Primo Nutmeg and spouted a whole bunch of Russiagate conspiracies, got his stuff wrong about Julian Assange. Now, what I'm going to suggest is if Howie Hawkins does end up being the nominee for the Green Party, I wouldn't count the Green Party out, but he's probably not the best choice. But I mean, if it's a choice between Trump, Biden, or Howie Hawkins, I could easily go for Howie Hawkins over the other two. That's where I was kind of going with it. Let's hope that Jesse Ventura takes it seriously and gets a good shot with the Green Party. I think he's honestly a lot better. He's a little bit out there, but he's a lot better choice than Howie Hawkins. Howie Hawkins fumbled the Russiagate stuff and the Julian Assange stuff. He just you could tell he has no clue what the actual progressives want and think, and he has no concept of where progressive media is right now to get on it on camera and say what he said, which is kind of it's a little concerning.
It sounds like we should get him on and talk to him about
There you
certain
go.
issues. Then
That'd be cool.
Let's actually talk to Howie Hawkins and see if he
Other than-
responds back to us.
Other than
And
that, I really liked what he said. Other than that one point, I've listened to about 3 different speeches by him now, so I could kind of get a feel for who he was. And I like a lot of what he says. A lot of what he says is really good. He's kind of a cool guy. Other than that, though.